Hey everyone! Well, we're here. We're back, and today we're doing another anti-MLM video, and for this video we are heading back on over to Reddit, filtering by top post of this week, and seeing what the Huns have been up to. When I was getting my screen ready to set up recording for this video, I don't know why I've never noticed this before, but on the r/anti-MLM subreddit, it says about community, and here's what it says. It says multi-level marketing, MLM schemes are a drain on our society. Its participants either build the pyramid taller or get squashed by it. And if that doesn't describe MLMs more, I don't think anything else does. So if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you really like it, please subscribe. Make sure to check out my description below for all of my fun links. And with that quick, short intro out of the way, let's get started. A Hun group at a coffee shop doing a live demo of Mary Kay in Rodan Fields. The amount of garbage being spewed is legendary. And it looks like, they say this is a coffee shop, but it kind of looks sort of like a classroom, and there's people sitting around a little table. I don't know what the demo could be. I mean, I guess you could be letting people test the makeup, and I guess test the quality of the skincare items from Rodan Fields. Very interesting how it's two MLMs together. I thought they weren't allowed to join two MLMs at the same time, but I guess one is makeup, one is skincare. Mary Kay may have skincare though, so that's kind of interesting. And Rodan Fields may have makeup, so that also may be interesting. I guess the two kind of go hand in hand, but yeah, I'd love to know like what the person heard, like if there was like a little blurb at the bottom, like this is what I heard them talking about, like they were showing off the products and then saying, wouldn't you like to sell this too? Isn't this amazing? Are you so compelled and overtaken by the pure quality of ingredients? Which again, those are just words. You know, Mary Kay products are not life-changing. Makeup, there's other makeup that's way better. There's other skincare that's way better and way cheaper than both Mary Kay and Rodan Fields. You don't need to be a distributor in order to experience the luxury wonders of makeup or skincare. See what the comments say on this, see if there's any like additional info. It says, is this a coffee shop located in a country church's basement? The atmosphere leaves a lot to be desired. Seems like perfect place for an MLM pitch. Somebody else said, it seems like MLM events always take place in the most outdated carpet and fluorescent lights location. Yeah, exactly. Like, I was like, this doesn't look like a coffee shop. I mean, it, I guess could be like maybe by coffee shop, it's like there's a coffee maker in the corner. But I know I've said this before, but somebody tried to invite me to a Mary Kay event where they said they were demoing the makeup so that I could see if it's something that I like, and they were doing it in a Denny's parking lot. So I don't know if it's just like a Mary Kay thing to test the makeup and show it to people in the most interesting and unique of places, but maybe it's just a weird coincidence that the person who invited me to a Denny's parking lot and the person that is showing Mary Kay here in this church basement classroom looking thing, weird coincidence or just the Mary Kay way? We'll never know. Craft fair rant. So I run a small business in my free time, and I was able to sell at my first official craft fair the other day. Half of the people there were MLMs. Color Street, Scentsy, Pampered Chef, Paparazzi, other weird crap. The rest were people who actually made their products themselves. The MLMs were slammed. On one hand, they drove traffic to the event, but on the other, they didn't make anything. All actual crafters would have someone's attention until the Scentsy people opened a smelly wax melt and the potential customers would flock to them instead. I'm not saying everyone has to buy from me, but I do genuinely think I missed out on some sales because of these boss babes. Am I crazy for thinking craft fairs should be about handmade stuff? Edit. So someone asked if I was near a military base, and I realized, yes, I moved and didn't even consider that's what's driving the MLM sales. I've worked with MLM events many times, and I should have made that connection. To the person who asked for my shop, thank you for your interest, but I made this account to anonymously on MLMs, because technically I'm not supposed to share my experiences with these conventions, but I love to complain, if you couldn't tell, and was planning on sharing my experience with the Monet convention when I get a chance. Thank you for caring though. Very sweet of people to be like, hey, can you like shout out your business? Like, I'd love to at least like take a look, maybe like give this person some engagement, something like that. That's very sweet of people. And I agree completely. This person is absolutely allowed to vent about the fact that at craft fairs and vendor events, they are allowing MLM companies into these places, because it shouldn't be. The whole point of these events should be people who run their actual small business, handcrafted, like made in their home or somewhere outside their home, but they personally had a say of all the design, the product, the packaging, all of that, not just signed up for $100, $400 starter kit and get to claim that it's their business. When everything, all the actual hard work, well, I don't want to say all the hard work, because that's not fair, because obviously trying to sell an MLM product to people, more importantly the opportunity, is extremely hard work to do, because nobody wants to join and a lot of people don't support MLM, so that makes it even harder. But you know what I mean, is that they, you know, decided what they wanted to sell. They work hard. They know the ins and outs of the business. They know all the things that go into it, versus somebody in an MLM. If you ask them kind of more complicated questions, they don't have the answers because they're not taught those things. And if they do want to know more about the business, it's almost frowned upon in MLMs, because they're like, oh, you'll learn it as you go. Just sign up and just sell the product. And if people have questions, like, come to your upline. It's like, wouldn't the person who is claiming that it is their small business, it is their thing, want to know the ins and outs? Why is that such a bad thing? And maybe it's because, like, the more they learn about MLMs, or at least that MLM in particular, maybe they'll be like, oh, I don't really want to be a part of this. Or they learn that people actually don't know what the heck they're talking about. And they're just like, oh, just be so in love with the product that it doesn't even matter what's actually in the product or what the process of making it is. Maybe that's could be what it is, but I agree with this person that it is completely unfair to have so many MLMs at these events, because it is taking potential customers away from people who are there to get their name out for their real small business in their community, versus an MLM that, you know, Scentsy is all across the country, Color Street is everywhere. Like, they are no different than the person who sells Color Street next door to them, or the next state over, or the next county. But somebody who handcrafts jellies, something like that, you know, I'm just making something up, handcrafts jellies in their home and designs the labels and puts the little burlap things on. It's so cute, by the way, adorable. I love things like that. But that is with love and actually like something that they did and created by hand and designed and decided the price and just all of that, where it's like a true real small business, versus somebody that just pays for a bunch of product and brings it to a craft fair and then claims it's their own business, when we know that they are not real. I mean, some of them of course are trying to sell the product to get a commission, but they are there to also sell the opportunity. People who have their own real small businesses are not there looking for potential recruits. They are there looking for future customers and treating them as customers, not as potential downlines to profit off of. I mean, of course, you do profit off of customers, but it's a different thing. They view them, they respect them, they're like, I'd love for you to come back, be a reoccurring customer. You know, we've heard in MLM pitches, they just call them just customers. You know, they can be a customer, but, you know, wouldn't it be awesome if they became a downline? Because I mean, they clearly love the product. Why would they not want to sell it? It's like, no, you treat customers with care, respect, and you are so happy to have anybody willing to buy from you, because that is awesome. And that's what you want in a small business, is customers, not competition. Hun says she's educated and is even in this subreddit, yet still chooses to work for Monet. All right, and we have a bunch of pictures. I'm gonna pull these up. So it looks like she did an Instagram poll, and it says, what holds you back? I won't make any money, 33%. It's a scam, 33%. It doesn't work, 0%. Or just not for me, 33%. So if I had to guess, 3 people voted in this poll. Alright, and then we have a conversation between an everyday individual, I assume it is OP of this post, and a hun. It says, "This is literally gold to me. I literally have friends in town making good money. I'm getting there too. I've seen all the videos about Monet and other MLMs. I'm glad you're finding success, but the general company and their income statements prove that it's not the norm. The company and all other companies like it, think Arbonne, Sensi, Young Living, etc., prey on people just like you. Stay-at-home mothers are a huge target for these companies. If I sent you some videos, would you at least watch them with an open mind? I really don't want you to get over." Babe, I have watched them. I'm literally on the Anti-MLM Reddit page. I know all the arguments, stats, everything. Then why are you in an MLM? Like, is it just out of pure idiocy? Like, if you're educated on the predatory business model and you're actively trying to have more people join it by using predatory tactics, why would you still be in it? You're smarter than this. Every business model is predatory. Every business is a pyramid, even churches. Every business is not the norm to reach the top. In fact, even less likely in a normal business model. But not all businesses are predatory. You don't see 9-to-5s preying on vulnerable groups of people and promising them amazing lives and 6-figure salaries and then not paying it out. You're smarter than this. Please do some business studies and become informed. There's no promises made. Being brainwashed by your upline isn't business studies. You're the one who's not informed, and I feel sorry for you. Real talk here. How much have you actually made? You're busting your ass. I see all your posts. You're doing it on the daily, hard out. That's absolutely not it. Before I entered Monet, I did the research about different business models. I'm going to say that this person absolutely did not, and that they just took the word of their upline as fact, because that's usually what the people do. That's why they do these, calls about like why it's not a pyramid scheme and what you should say in case people do think it's a pyramid scheme, to just like deflect the attention to other business models. Like, look at that, that's the true pyramid. And it's like, it's not about the shape of the company. It just isn't. Like, yes, any business, there is going to be a pyramid-like structure in it. Like the triangle of business, it makes sense. Like, that's just how it works. But it's how the money is made, is how the people are compensated or not in these structures. Like, no matter what, in traditional businesses, when you join, they legally have to pay you a base rate or a base salary depending on what it is. And as we know in an MLM, you pay to work for that company. That is also a difference. And the main way to make money in these MLMs is via recruitment, having a bunch of people underneath you investing into the company. The thing with other traditional businesses, the money comes from the outside, from customers, not from within. The majority of the money made in MLMs and pyramid schemes are from within the pyramid, not without. And also, again, we had another person saying that you can never reach the top of traditional business models, which is not true, but also how that, again, doesn't make it a pyramid scheme. Nothing about being able to make it to the top or not has anything to do with a pyramid scheme. It has to do with the fact of recruitment. And they will never, ever talk about that issue because they can't rebuttal it, because it's the truth. See what the comments say on this. I wonder if she's the one who asked me why I had a problem with Monet. OP answered, probably. She's going on about how every shampoo and skincare company has lawsuits. Like, yeah, sure, but not every company is a scam. Yeah, so that's another thing. She said that she's in this subreddit and that is what makes it, like, where she clearly is educated. And it's like, you watch these videos, you're a part of this group, and instead of actually absorbing what people are saying, actually listening to the stories, looking at the posts, comparing every MLM to itself because they are basically essentially all the same, you're going to go on to these I don't know. I mean, I'm just going to assume that she's going into the subreddit and defending MLMs, which don't do that. People will downvote you to oblivion, I am guessing. And that is not educating yourself when you are just going there with a bias of, no, they are wrong. Like, just, you have to be open-minded to the other side instead of just being like, well, I'm a part of it, but I'm not willing to listen to the other side. And it's like, that's not really a fair mentality. You need to go into it with an open mind. Actually look at what the people are saying, absorb it, take it in. And if you still, after actually being open-minded about it, and you still think MLMs are a good thing, not predatory, not a pyramid scheme, not all of these things, not a scam, then I don't know. I don't know. Then you need to, I don't know, invest more time into really opening your mind, because that's just, you're too far down. Like, how anybody can see this, not be making any money, and still think that this is the thing to do, it's very worrisome. Too much to pick apart about this one. A leader I look up to sold 726 pieces of jewelry in 4 hours for $5. That's $3,630 gross pay. That jewelry cost her $1,996.50 at $275 per item. So her take-home pay was $1,633.50. You follow me? What about sales taxes? She paid it and charged it. Wash. Hold on, I'm gonna reread that again. What about sales taxes? She paid it and charged it. Wash. Okay. What about shipping? She actually made more with her shipping. Like me, she doesn't cut her expenses to appease people. So she made $816.75 an hour. That's not many jobs that pay $816.75 an hour. Hashtag paparazzi possible. My first live show was 1 hour and 16 minutes, and I made $170 gross pay. I knew and understood then the value of my product, expenses, and time. This business works. You, the independent consultant, must have a goal, plan, jewelry, and a work ethic. Execution manifests results. Build a store, not a warehouse. Build a brand. Who are you? Show up. Build a following. Stop hiding in groups and pages people can't find. Build a sales plan. Pick a bill, pay it. Pick another bill, pay it too. Want a team? Build it. If you build the above, the people will come. This is the most simplistic career I've ever had, with way more opportunities. Don't chase popularity. Chase your dreams. Do it for your family, not your uplines. Stop using them as an excuse. It's your business. I'm gonna put this income disclosure statement down here, which is not applicable to my post, but because I mentioned money, I've got to. I love it. I love it when they're like, I have to put the income disclosure statement, like that's just such an annoying thing that I have to do for the company that I work for, to follow their stupid rules. Yeah, because you know the income disclosure statement looks awful. Like, you know by putting that it will probably steer a lot of people away and realize that they will not be making $816.75 an hour, which again, that could have just been one person who was pretty high up in the company, one time doing that. And again, I never know if these sort of statistics are even true or if they're just made up, because did this person sit there and count every single piece that was sold? And also, just because in these lives they say sold doesn't mean that the person actually paid. It doesn't mean that the leader got any money. It doesn't actually mean that. I think that people will go in and say I want it and sold to create FOMO for other real customers. So the people say I want it and sold could be part of their downline, just trying to inflate the jewelry, make it seem more amazing than it honestly really is. And I mean, even if they did do that, I mean, if they are a top leader, it does also make sense. So let's say that person did you know, have a take-home pay of $16.33. Also not necessarily how that works. But then the individual who posted this said that they worked for an hour and 16 minutes and made $170 gross. And again, that could just be one good day of 1 month, and then you could never have that again. So like if you just started and your family and friends jump on, and you maybe get one or two other people who jumped on and buy it, that's going to seem really good in that moment, but it's one good time out of needing to do that every day, basically every week, to make it to the top. And that would just be selling jewelry, not recruiting. And what else did they say that I want to look at? They also, oh, down here it's like, don't chase popularity, chase your dreams, do it for your family, not your uplines. And it's like, you're saying don't do it for your uplines, do it for you. Yet, more than likely, this leader that you look up to is probably a part of your upline. So you're saying you want to do it like the upline, but don't do it for your upline, do it for you. Stop using them as an excuse. Like, what do you mean stop using your upline as an excuse? I don't know if I've seen other people use their uplines as an excuse. Maybe in paparazzi they do that, or maybe in this specific, this person does that. I don't know. I just think it's weird when like they talk down to other people, or they say like, don't use this as an excuse, like you're better than that, like just focus on you. And it's like the moment that you focus on you, they get mad at you for focusing on you and doing it your way. They're like, no, follow the systems, do this, no wonder you're not making money, you're not doing it correctly, you're not working as hard enough, or as hard enough, you're not working hard enough. See what the comments say on this. Making $8.16 an hour is not the same as making XXX amount an hour. Every hour you work, she made that much in a single hour, but not after that. Yeah, exactly. And she's spending time prepping and packaging up that apparently is free. Exactly. Somebody else said, if that figure is even real, her sales leader was probably embellishing a bit. Exactly. Like basically what I said, like you just never know if that's like true. And let's say, like I said, that is someone had a really great day one time during the entire month. So let's say they did make the 16 whatever for the entire month, which probably puts you decently high up in the MLM, but probably more like in the middle, because 16, and that could just be for that specific month. And then the next month after that, maybe you only sell like 5 pieces of jewelry. Maybe the next month after that, you only sell 20 pieces of jewelry. Like 1 month, one time doesn't equal changing, life-changing money, woohoo wondrous. And also, I'm going to either assume that the person who made this post exaggerated, or that the wonderful leader that they look up to didn't exaggerate their sales numbers as well. You just never know what's real and what's not in an MLM. They want you to have the perfect aesthetic, have all the right things to say, make it look so much better than it actually is in order to entice the person on the other end to join. When we can look at the income disclosure statement and see that situations like this are not common. It is very uncommon for someone to have an experience like that, but yet they want people to believe that everybody can achieve it. Thrive Hun going off. I feel bad for people who leave companies and the only thing they can do is hate on the people or the community or their leadership in hopes to grow their new business. People aren't bad. Your perspective is just different. Products still work, you just choose to say they didn't because you thought the people were out to get you. Our opportunity is the best there is, but you choose to ignore it because you thought no one loved you anymore. Stop blaming others for your lack of success. Stop forgetting how much people did for you, and start talking about your new products, new people, new business. Move forward, not backwards. Okay, bye! Kissy face emoji. You think somebody got offended by someone leaving, and then they saw that they joined a different MLM, and maybe they were talking negatively about this MLM that this person's a part of, which is hilarious, and I absolutely love when they do that, because it's funny because they think like, oh my god, that MLM was bad, the people in it were bad, the products didn't work, blah, 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 blah. But now this new MLM has better people, better compensation plan, better products, and more than likely in a few months, a few years, they will leave that MLM too and say the same thing about how the middle MLM was bad people, bad compensation plan, but this new MLM is amazing and has the greatest products. And it's just like how they don't see this like vicious cycle of like, maybe it's not the products, maybe it's not the people, maybe it's the business model that's the problem, because no matter what MLM you join, you have to recruit people in order to make more money. And of course, yes, the people in different MLMs are going to be different and have different tactics about the way that they do stuff. So that is a part of it. But in the end, it's basically all the same. And to say like, I feel bad for people who leave companies and the only thing they can do is hate on other people. And it's like, I don't know what the other person said who left their downline or who was an upline and left. You just never know. But it's always like, oh, they hate on you. It's like they probably just said like, oh, that business wasn't for me. The people were, you know, not my favorite, or something very tame and calm. And then this person took it as hate and bashing. It's like these extremely negative words when somebody has something not 100% woohoo positive rainbows and sunshines to say about the MLM. It's like, let this person leave. Who cares what's going on with them? And you should just focus on yourself and your MLM. Why are you worried about somebody leaving? Oh, is it because you were making money off of them and now you're no longer making money off of them? That could probably be a part of it. See what the comments say on this. It's so funny that these girls freak out if someone leaves. In all my professional life, if someone is moving on, they normally get a gathering, a cake, and well wishes from coworkers. Then again, I have an actual job. I'm paid well and in a sane manner, so it doesn't hurt my bottom line if a coworker finds a different opportunity. Somebody else said, it's because they sometimes have to rearrange the pyramid. They are no longer making money from that person, and they know how hard it is to actually recruit someone else to take their place. Somebody else said 100%. And I completely agree. It's like, whenever people leave, they're like, you know, the whole team is like, don't talk to them, don't engage with them anymore, they left us, they quit on us, like it's like this whole thing. And then they like will talk about them, they're like, don't say negative things about me, don't talk about this, how dare they leave, and like they're upset that that person left. When in traditional businesses, obviously, like if it's a friend, it, you know, you'd be upset that they're leaving, but you'll be happy that they're moving on to something else. You'll be proud of them for finding something else, whatever that may be. You're excited for them to move forward in life, and you show them how much they were respected in the company, how much you liked them, whatever, and then you let them move on. You probably don't sit back and talk crap about them and write posts about them. Like, that's just weird. And the only reason you would do that is because you're upset that you can no longer profit off of them. Alright, we have reached the end of the video. We all know what that means. I've been talking quite a bit, so I feel like my mouth is like, how to form words. We all know what that means. It is meme time, and it says, Captain, we need to evacuate. Zombies are attacking the barricades. It's too late, son. We're all doomed. And it's like a city on fire, and they've put up a big barricade, and coming over that wall is, become your own boss, buy my essential oils, join my downline. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, it's so good. It's such an accurate thing. It's like once the Huns like break through that barricade wall of like, let's just say, finding you, and then they're like, oh my god, join underneath me, buy my essential oils, or buy my wax melts, or buy whatever it is. And it's true. I mean, you're like, please don't talk to me, I don't want to even have to engage with that sort of thing. And the moment that they find you, they hook onto you, and they don't want to let go, because they're like, I need money, and I become an MLM, zombie, Hun, robot, whatever, and I am told that if I just talk about the products, that people would join. That's all it is. Just keep sharing, and then people are bound to join, right? Yeah, no. Check out your income disclosure statement again, the thing you hate posting. Maybe take a good long look at that, because that may show you that just sharing about the products does not equal money. Alright you guys, right when I was about to do my outro, my camera battery died, so that was very annoying since my outro is, what, like 10 seconds? So, if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really, really liked it, please subscribe. Let's talk anything and everything anti-MLM in the comments below, and until my next video, I will see you guys then. Bye!